All right, so we in here. I'm the Shock Exchange, of course, and this is Trump in the G. Maryland Governor Wes Moore tells Trump, keep Baltimore's name out your mouth. So there's been a war of words between President Trump and Maryland Governor Wes Moore. I didn't have that on my bingo card. Last week, Trump said that he was going to federalize D.C. He may need to federalize other cities as well, including Baltimore, Chicago, Los Angeles, Oakland, large urban areas with large black populations. And he can federalize D.C. because he actually has D.C. as a federal city. However, he needs a governor to federalize the other states, other cities, and other states. And Maryland Governor Wes Moore said adamantly, I'm not going to call in the National Guard unless it's something mission critical. So he clapped back at Trump. He was adamant about it. I don't know why, but it's pretty clear the governor of each state has to call in the feds or the National Guard. Trump then clapped back and said, look, this guy's off his rocker. And they think Wes Moore could be a presidential candidate. Some people floating that idea. He's very articulate. He seems like he's very polished. People like him. Now, what his policies are, who knows? But Trump said definitively he's not presidential timber. And then Wes Moore hit back at Trump. So this is what he had to say. The Pimlico racetrack, which is being demolished, I think Maryland raised about $400 million in taxpayer money to build a new racetrack. So this is what he said. The Pimlico racetrack that is currently going under demolition.
It's Baltimore's time. And I want to say that loud and clear for anybody, especially in Washington, D.C., who might not hear me. I want to be clear, because this is a community that believes in triumphs and not tropes. This is a community who believes in its people and invests in its people. This is a community that does not look at Baltimore like a punchline, but looks at Baltimore as a source of inspiration. And so I do want to be very clear. If you are not willing to be part of the solution, keep our names out of your mouth. Specifically, Donald Trump, if you are not willing to walk our communities, keep our name out of your mouth. If you are not willing to stand with our people, keep our names out of your mouth. If you are not willing to visit our communities and invest in our communities, keep our names out of your mouth. If you are not willing to dream with us and build with us. If you are not willing to understand that we are not deficits that have to be fixed, but assets that have to be unearthed. If you are not willing to understand the pride and the beauty of this city and this community, keep our name out of your mouth. Because if you were willing to visit, if you were willing to spend time, if you were willing to actually walk our communities and walk our streets and not just talk about us from the Oval Office, you would see what we see. That this moment is not just a moment of celebration, but it's a moment of vision. The vision of the people here.
All right, so I guess first of all, he wants to make sure, he wants to be clear. That's pretty clear. He wants to be clear. He's clearly wants a national platform. He's using this back and forth with this T-to-T with Trump to expand his national brand. He knows that calling out Trump is going to get a lot of attention from the media, from people who follow politics. There's been a lot of back and forth between Gavin Newsom and Trump on social media. Gavin Newsom is sort of trolling Trump and sort of taking on his persona a little bit, and that's gotten a lot of play in the media. And so looks like Westmore's not going to let Gavin Newsom have all the fun by himself. So he's clearly wants it to expand his national brand. Secondly, there's no need to talk about Baltimore. You know, he's not the mayor of Baltimore. He already said clearly that he's not going to call in the National Guard. So why have another press conference where he's discussing Trump? For what? There's no reason for it. He's not the mayor of Baltimore. He's not calling he's not going to call in the National Guard. Trump said that the spiraling crime rates throughout these major areas. Baltimore says they have record low crime rates. So there's no need for the National Guard. They're doing a great job. So there's no need to call out Trump again, unless he wants to expand his national brand. So he wants the world to know who he is. He wants Trump to know who he is, and hopefully Trump hits back so his name can go viral. He can keep his name on the media. What's that got to do with being the governor of Maryland? I have no idea. This sounds like more like a campaign speech than anything else. Talking about division and so on and so forth. Sounds like a campaign speech, and sounds like entree for something something bigger outside of Maryland, outside of Baltimore, maybe for a national stage. But maybe he'll get what he's looking for. So he told Trump to keep Baltimore's name out your mouth, and as far as the back and forth is concerned, looks like it's Trump's turn. Trump's turn to hit back. That's Trump and the G. Thank you.